Hello, my friend. I hope you're doing well. So, this is day 40 of the Storm experiment. No seed oils, no meat, no animal food products, no highly processed foods, barefoot walking in the jungle, and exercise. And today I was not able to go to the forest, to the jungle, because I was just finishing my work as usual. Had some deadlines that I wanted to finish, some projects and all. So, today I was busy doing that whole day, sitting in doing stuff in the computer and reading a lot of stuff. And mm, I broke my fast with some very clean meal. That is the best part of the day. Each and every day, the best part of the day is when I'm fueling my body with with the right food, with clean food. you know Even if I don't feel, I don't feel good about anything else, but the one thing that really, it makes my day, it's knowing that I'm taking care of my body, and I'm taking care of the fuel that I'm putting inside of my body. And today I had some pumpkin that was cooked, obviously without oil, and it was really yummy. And I also made a savory peanut paste, you know a little bit tangy, a little bit hot, and it was really yummy to have with the pumpkin and some rice, white rice. So that is the thing. Even I gave some to my family members as well. And I was so happy when they told me that they really like the peanut recipe that I made. So, but then I didn't tell them one secret, because I didn't want them to feel like kind of weird or anything, because they enjoyed the taste, but they didn't know that I had secretly put in something that is very healthy, but they would never have eaten it, like with the knowledge of me putting it in there. So what I put inside the peanut spread was some garlic. So raw garlic and raw ginger. But then when you blend it in the blender together with peanut, roasted peanut, and with a little bit of lemon juice and salt and onion and a little bit of uh, what do you call this, pepper, chili, yeah. So it blends well, right? I mean, the taste comes out very nice. So you know s- that is one thing I learned, that you can sneak in the food something that is really healthy, that people are not willing to eat. But when you do it in such a way that it makes it tasty, and you don't let them know about it, they'll eat it, without the knowledge that they're actually having something very healthy for themselves, you know putting something very healthy inside of their body. So even my mom, like, usually she doesn't like all this stuff, like raw garlic and raw ginger. But then she didn't know about it, and she told me that she really loved the peanut mixture that I made. So I'm happy that they enjoy it, and I think I'll be doing more of that. So yeah. So another thing is, there are days when you feel all this pressure, of life, and especially when uh you are working your own business and doing your own thing, right? So sometimes there are days when uh, you're not getting much of inquiries, and not much of work and all this stuff. And this this thing comes, this kind of pressure comes in your mind, where you feel like, okay, what should I be doing now? Like, what should I do to get more work, to get more inquiries for my business and stuff. And then but then when I look, I just look around, I look around my room. My room is filled with all these equipments that are really uh good equipments, high quality equipments. And I just remind myself of like how blessed I am if I compare myself with some other people, who don't even have anything, and they are like, they are struggling. They're out there in the streets, out there in the rain, out there, in spite of even if they are not feeling well. They are not, sometimes maybe they're feeling sick and all, but they have no option. They cannot take leave, and they just have to be there. They have to show up. If they don't show up, they won't have anything to eat for that day. So it breaks my heart, man, to think like, some of us, we have the luxury of not to not be in that kind of position. And but there are some people out there who, they're they are pushing themselves in spite of not feeling 100%, or maybe they're not feeling well. And this really tears me, it tears me, it breaks my heart. And sometimes, I just question why life is so unfair, right? I feel so guilty, man, to be living in this world, when I see my other fellow human beings. They, they are suffering, and they are struggling. So I'm just seeking, God's help and guidance to give me the wisdom, how to live this life, how to continue, in this world, how I can be a source of help to others, and to be able to live a much more meaningful and purposeful life. So I keep on praying to God for that. So I mean, it's hard, to see so much of inequality in this world, in this life, where some of us, we are born into families that, we are well fed. We we don't sleep hungry, or we don't sleep cold at night. We have a roof over our heads. And it just makes me question life every day, when I see this kind of inequality. And when some of us, we have so much of money, so much of property, so much of assets. We can, I mean, we can live, even 100 lifetimes, and all the wealth will not be exhausted. But then some people are there, they are just barely making it, man. So I'm really seeking God's help and guidance and wisdom to help me move ahead in life, right? To be able to have more purpose and meaning. And maybe, maybe to be able to go to sleep with a peaceful mind. I guess this is just, a glimpse of what Jesus must have felt when he was here on earth. And Jesus, our Savior, the Son of God, I think it tore him down every day to see, you know, the humble ones, the poor, the sick, the needy to suffer. So I'm really asking for God's help for me to be able to take up my cross, right? To be able to carry my cross and to be able to be like his son, be like our savior, and maybe to share in the sufferings, of Jesus, to share in the sufferings of others who are suffering right now and others who are facing a lot of hardships right now. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, I really feel so grateful to God for this life, for this precious body, and for this, for whatever He has given me, you know, for for this home that I live in, for the roof over my head, for the food on my plate, for the fruits and the vegetables that I can have. I feel so grateful to God for all of that. But you know, there are days like these when when the future is uncertain, and I also think about people who are in a far more worse condition than me. And it's just like, I'm really seeking God's help to be able to handle my thoughts and my feelings and my emotions, and to be able to push forward, and to be able to live a life of content, of joy, of peace, without having to worry about, about tomorrow, what you will eat and what you will wear, without having to worry about what will people think about you and all this stuff. So God keeps on telling us also not to worry about tomorrow, right? So but then as human beings, we are weak. And when there's so much of uncertainty, like, in front of us, we tend to be more worried, be more stressed, and be more depressed about things. But then, this is, I think, these are the moments where, I think God is really testing our faith, and we need to stay strong. We need to believe in Him, and we need to move forward knowing that He will take care of everything, right? So as God says that we should not worry about tomorrow, we should not worry about what we have to eat and what we have to drink, what we have to wear, because I mean, He says, like, look at the birds in the sky. Who is the one who feeds them? I mean, they don't worry about anything, right? But they are being fed, right? And the one who's feeding them is God. And how much more precious we are than birds, right? So I think we have to, when days like these come, we need to bow our heads in prayer, and we need to seek God, and we need to seek His help and His wisdom, and for Him to, to teach us how to live, right? Because yeah, nobody has got it figured out, right? Because nobody has figured it out. Nobody no knows what will happen tomorrow. Only God knows what will happen, we don't know what will happen in the next few minutes or in the next few hours, or what will happen later tonight or tomorrow morning, or we have no knowledge about what will happen in the near coming future. And so that's why we need to place our trust in God, and we need to have faith, and we need to move ahead with faith, fully believing that God has got this, right? So but then in spite of everything, the one thing that I really want to do is to serve God with my body, by with this precious body that has brought me this far, right from the time I was born till this day. I've faced a lot of struggles. I've faced a lot of blessings. I've experienced a lot of achievements. I mean, it was all through this body that God gave me, right? All the wins and all the blessings, the achievements, and everything you know that you have accomplished in life. It was through this body that God gave you. So you need to take care of this body, right? Take care of it, because it is the only thing that supports you, that is with you, you know, in your highs and in your lows, in your hardships and in your happiness. So that is why, this is the reason why I want to take care of my body, as a way of me showing how much I appreciate what God has given me, and how much grateful I am to Him, and how much more I want to serve Him by, by keeping this body, as clean and as healthy as possible. So yeah, I think that is the message for today. So I hope you are also taking care of yourself, and um, eating well, eating clean, and you know uh, developing that self-control muscle, you know uh, to have self-control over your cravings, over especially what you put in your mouth, right? So keep doing that, and keep praying, and pray for me as well. I will pray for you as well. And uh, I think that'll be it for today. So thank you so much for watching and for being with me on this journey. And I hope you have a great night ahead. God bless you. Take care, and see you again tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye.